Jamia Millia Islamia University India. Ketua KUI, Bapak Dr. Nanang Nurholis MA. Bapak Ibu dosen Universitas Wahid Hasyim dan segenap para tamu undangan, serta yang kami banggakan, seluruh mahasiswa yang turut hadir dalam acara ini.
Your Excellency, Director of Wahid Hasyim University, Professor Dr. K.H. Muzakir Ali, M.A. Honorable Teacher, the Headmaster of Islamic Religion Faculty, Dr. K.H. Iman Fadilah, M.Si. The Deputy Head of Islamic Religion Faculty, Dr. Muhammad Ahsanul Husna, M.Pdi. The Speaker of this agenda, Professor Iqtidar Mohd, from the lead of Department of Islamic Studies, Jamia Islamia of India University. The Chief of KUI, Dr. Nanang Nurholis, M.A., all the lecturers of Wahid Hasyim University, and all the audiences in this beautiful agenda.
Puji syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala yang telah melimpahkan rahmat taufik hidayah serta inayahnya kepada kita semua, sehingga pada siang hari ini kita dapat berkumpul dalam rangka kuliah tamu. Salawat serta salam senantiasa kita sanjungkan kepada beliau, junjungan kita, Nabi Agung Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, yang kita nantikan syafaatnya di yaumil akhir kelak.
First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us guidance, happiness, healthy, and mercy, so we can attend and participate in this special event without any obstacles. Praise and salutation upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us to the paths of light from the darkness to the lightness.
Saya Niza Salsabila, selaku pembawa acara, akan membacakan susunan acara pada siang hari ini.
Good afternoon, the audiences. My name is Octalia Heri. It's a precious chance for me to be your master of ceremony on this very agenda without any obstacles.
Acara yang pertama, pembukaan. Acara yang kedua, pembacaan ayat suci Al-Quran. Acara yang ketiga, menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya dan Marsial Al-Watan. Acara yang keempat, sambutan sekaligus membuka acara. Acara yang kelima, doa, dan acara yang terakhir, penutup.
And now I will read for you the agenda from the first to the last. The first agenda is opening. The second agenda is reading of Holy Quran. The next agenda is singing Indonesia Raya and Marsial Al-Watan. The next agenda is speech. The next agenda is closing and praying.
Untuk memasuki acara yang pertama, yaitu pembukaan, marilah kita buka acara pada siang hari ini dengan hafal umul kitab ala hadiniyah Al-Fatihah.
Moving to the next agenda is reading of Holy Quran by our brother Zainuddin Zidan. Times is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر أولئك هم المفلحون Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kami sampaikan. Acara selanjutnya menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya dan Syubhanul Waton.
yalal waton Hubbul waton minal iman Warakakum minal hirman Inhadu alal waton Yalal waton, yalal waton, yalal waton Hubbul waton minal iman Warakakum minal hirman Inhadu alal waton Indonesia biladi anta unwanul fahoma kullu mayyatika yawma qawmi hayyal qawmama kullu mayyatika yawma qawmi hayyal qawmama Satu hati wahai tanah airku Cintamu dalam imanku Jangan halangkan nasibmu Bangkitlah hai bangsaku Satu hati wahai tanah airku Cintamu dalam imanku Jangan halangkan nasibmu Bangkitlah hai bangsaku Indonesia negeriku Engkau panji martabatku Siapa datang mengancammu Kan binasa di bawah tulimu Siapa datang mengancammu Kan binasa di bawah tulimu
Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Okay, the audiences. Before we go into the agenda with the speaker from the head of Department of Islamic Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia of India University, Professor Iqtidar Mohd. Let's we close this opening agenda by reciting Alhamdulillah.
Let's start.
Prof.
Dengan pembacaan lafal hamdalah, maka berakhirlah acara kita pada siang hari ini. Kami selaku pembawa acara memohon maaf apabila ada kesalahan. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Untuk acara selanjutnya, acara kita pada siang hari ini, langsung saja sepenuhnya saya serahkan kepada moderator. Kepada yang terhormat Bapak Dr. Nanang Nurholis MA, saya persilakan.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat siang. Namaskar. How are you today? Ajar kaise hai?
Syukriya.
Welcome to the guest lecture on Islam, India, and Indonesia. This lecture is collaborative endeavor between Faculty of Islamic Religion, Wahid Hasyim University, and Department of Islamic Studies, Jamia, Millia, Islamia, India. Thank you. Thank you all for finding time and visiting today's lecture. My name Dr. Nanang Nurholis MA. I am here as moderator. Before going into the lecture, I would like to briefly give some introduction. India and Indonesia had cultural ties since earliest time, dates back to at least a century during Hinduism period, and continued to the Islamic time. The question of origin of Indonesian Islam has been long focused by some scholars since 19th century. There have been at least 4 theories that have been formulated to explore where Islam was derived from and how it was introduced and brought to the archipelago. Some European scholars, for example, proposed the theory that Indonesian Islam derived from India. Yeah, I'm so sorry. 4 theories, we know that Persian theory, Chinese theory, and Arabic theory. And the last theory, it means the mature theory. Some European scholars proposed the theory of Indonesian Islam derived from India. For example, the most popular one, like Pichnapel, Snowhorkronya, Winstead, Drewes, and yeah, some other scholars. The major argument related to the presence of international maritime trade between Indonesia and India, the identity of school Islamic jurisprudence, it means fiqh, and the similarity, the gravestone and literary style between certain Indian region and places in Malay Indonesian archipelago. Yeah, I would like to quote some account from Ibn Battuta. Ibn Battuta is the Moroccan travelers, Moroccan ulama who did his journey at 13th century. We quote from his popular work, Rihlah Ibn Battuta, Thumma safarna minha ila Madinatil Khaliqut, wa hiya ihdal banatil idham di biladil Malaybar yaqsiduha ahlusin wal Jawa wasilan wal Mahl wa Yaman wa Faris. We went to Calicut. Calicut, this is in South India. It is one of huge port in Malabar. The merchant from China, Java, in Arabic Java, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Yemen, and Persian used to visit there. This is the evidence from the interaction, the cultural encounter between Java and India, especially in South India. And this, in this moment, we would like to learn from Prof. Iqtidar. He is the head of Department of Islamic Studies, Jamia Millia Islamic University. He is my teacher. He's my professor at the time when I did my master in India. And for the audience, to keep the quality of sound functional during the meeting, please mute yourself when you are not sharing. And I may also mute the room if necessary, but please remember to unmute when you wish to share. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over the presentation. And we would like to invite Professor Dr. Iqtidar Mohd to share his paper.
I'm audible.
Okay, thank you.
I'm audible.
Oh yes, sir.
Yes.
Start
Please.
now.
Please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Professor Dr. Muzakkir Sahab, Director, University, and Dean Faculty and the Head of the Department of Islamic Studies. Yes, I am very glad to be here. First of all, I would like to say thanks to Dr. Nanan, who is my student when he was here. And then I will thank to the Professor Dr. Muzakkir Sahab, Director, University, and other administrative staff also. Those who provided me this opportunity to interact with you. I'm also just a student of Islamic studies. I will share my views on the topic which was given me by the Dr. Nanan, Islam in India. Yes, I was listening Nanan's talk, inaugural talk, Nanan's. He's saying some historians admitted that Indonesia, Islam in Indonesia, its roots are from India. Even in European countries also, the historians wrote this. I think maybe it is partly truth. As he said that the South India is the center of the traders came or used to come from the west to east or east to west. The people comes from the Arab to India and people comes from the Java, Sumatra and other eastern countries to do the trade. So maybe it was a link. But now my talk will be emphasis on the Islam in India. As you know, India is a very vast country, and according to the population, we were on second after the China, but now we are on the top. We are on the top according to the population. And if you go to the population of the Muslims also, now we are on the top. Before 20 years, Indonesia is on top according to the Muslim population. But just right now, last day I was searching on Google, the population of Muslim in India is in the top. So obviously, it is a very important thing, very important topic, Islam in India. As I said, India is a very vast, very big country, geographical as well as population. So when we will start how Islam entered in India, we can divide in two or three. Just I will give us some 3 points to elaborate my talk. First, Islam in India. So Islam came from the 3 roots in India. First is I will discuss about the Malabar coast, I mean South India, as Anand also told you. Second is from the Middle India, I mean Sindh route, and third is Northern India. So these are the 3 routes I will discuss, and then I'll discuss what was the position of Indian peoples, I mean local Indian peoples, at the advent of Islam in India. And third is the important thing, how they established their dynasty, Muslim dynasties in North India. Because in South, in Malabar, there was no any evidence of the establishment of any dynasty. So now we are begin from the first route, which was Malabar, which was Kerala, which was coastal area of India. In the west of India, it was situated. So there is only sea between the Saudi Arabia and Indian coast. That sea called is Arab Sagar, Arab Sea. So if you will go to the geographical map, there is some other cities, Jeddah, Yemen, Oman countries. It's on the coastal area. Okay, and even Calicut is also in our western coast, in Indian western coast. So the traders of Arab before the Islam, they are using this route to come in India and to develop their trades. And from here, they also move from the eastern part till the Sumatra and Java. So this is the link, maybe directly you can say the Arab people directly goes to the Sumatra, Java, and Indonesia also. But this is the center place, Malabar. They stayed here for 6 months, for 1 year, because in the ancient period, there is no mandi or there is no the wholesale markets type. So people, those who involved in that trading, they comes from the Arab countries, because that time there is no Saudi Arabia. There is Arabia. Yemen, Oman is also part of Arabia. So the people of Arab, those who were the traders, used the route from Arab to Malabar, stayed here and sell their goods and purchased the local goods, and sometimes they return back and sometimes they go to the forward till Sumatra and Java. They sell their own goods there and they purchased their local goods and they return back to the India and their country. This is the situation before the Islam, before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came into the Arabia and they spread their religious education, so among the traders, some traders embraced by the Islam. Now this is the main point. Those traders who embraced the Islam, they are coming to India and Sumatra and Java, they are using to go. Though now they are the Muslims. Now, when they stayed in India for 6 months or 10 months or 1 year, they performed their new religious activities. I mean namaz. And they behave according to the new religion with their servants, with their helpers, with their local hosts. So this is the point when the Islam entered in the India from the south side, especially Malabar coast. And they stayed here for some time, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years, and they performed the marriage also. They performed the marriage also there from the local peoples. And the father is Arab, mother is Canadian, Indian, Malabari. The new generation come out with the cards Moblas. So now you will find big number of the mobilized Muslims in Kerala. This is also a example. So now the Islam entered from the Malabar side, but keep in your mind, they are only traders. They are not fighters. They are not entering in the local politics. They are only doing trade and helping the local peoples and taking the help from the local peoples. And they are behaving with their relatives, with their helpers, with their servants, with their relatives in the relation of trades according to the new religion. New religion is Islam. According to the Islamic teachings. Okay, so they are behaving like a equal status of the Muslim human. They are behaving good with the servant. They are giving a equal position to his servant, and there is a developing a brotherhood concept. There is no difference between the master and servant, and they don't have any division in the social structure also. In Islam, there is a one social classification: Muttaqi, Parhezgar, and Kilargi, and non-Kilargi, non-Muttaqi. Only this is the social division. There is no upper caste, lower caste, middle caste. But in India, it's a common practice in everywhere, in North India, in South India. Even in South India is a very popular practice. In a group, in a social samaj, a society divided into separate divisions: Brahman, Rajput, Vaishya, Shudra. So the Muslim traders influences the local people in the society, the local people influenced by the Muslim traders in honesty of trade, in equality of the human brotherhood concept, they embraced by the Islam. We can say the first Islamic preaching also began with the traders, Arab Muslim traders in India. But again, I am saying the Muslim traders never entered in the local politics. Never entered in the local politics. They never want to occupy the power of the government. The result is the local kings, local rajas always welcomed the Muslim traders in the Malabar coast. They never opposed. They also welcomed. And according to some historians, a great king, a great Raja of Malabar, his name is, I think I will give the name also. He also, some people say, historians wrote, say he also embraced by the Islam. But I'm not sure. But he has having a good relation with the Muslim traders. Sometimes they took the help from the Muslim traders in the money also, in the trade also. So we will find a first mosque in India built by the Muslim traders in the Malabar coast. It is still in Malabar in Kerala. And after the first mosque, you will find some graves of the Muslim Sahabas also. They came into the shape of the Muslim trader, and here the grave was also in Kerala. One historian wrote in his writings, there is a witnesses of 25 Sahabas visited the Malabar coast. 25 companions of the Prophet visited the Malabar coast. So this is the first gate of India to enter, Muslim entered from this side or Islam entered from this side. Now we will move the second. Second is the Islam entry in India from the Sindh side. Now Sindh is in Pakistan, undivided India before the 47. Our border is last state is Sindh in the west. Then Iran will start. Iran started. So now the second entry of Islam from the Sindh side. there is a story. Story is there is a Hindu Raja is in Sindh called Raja Dahir. Raja Dahir was the king of the Sindh, and that time in Makran, I mean in Iran, Makran, there was a governor from the Umayyad side. His name is Sayyid bin Aslam. Sayyid bin Aslam was the governor of Makran from the Umayyad dynasty. So Sayyid bin Aslam was the governor of Makran. Sri Lanka's king wants to make a good relation with the Muslims, with the Umayyad dynasty. So he sent in a ship gifts and some old women, old men, Muslim people, and some children to the Umayyad dynasty and to the ruler of Muslims. And he sent in a ship. But when they were crossing the Sindh coast, if you will see the geographical portion, Sri Lanka's route is through the Malabar, through the Sindh, then Iran, then Saudi Arabia, so Arab. When they were passing the Sindh coast, some attackers attacked on the ship and looted the money, looted the gift, and made a prisoner of the Muslims, old Muslim women and some else. Then the governor of Iraq was the Hajjaj bin Yusuf. As you know, it's a very famous governor in the Umayyad dynasty, Hajjaj bin Yusuf. And he was also having a credit to put the Arab in the Quran Majid, Zabar Zer Pesh, Hajjaj bin Yusuf. He was very tough and very good administrative governor. So he was the governor of Iraq. When he got the news that Sri Lanka's king sent to him gifts, and the gifts were looted by the Sindh pupils on the coastal area. So he wrote a letter to the Raja. He sent a messenger to the Raja Dahir, and he told that please send my gifts and some give the freedom to the Muslim people, Muslim women. But Raja Dahir refused, and he answered him that we don't have any control on the decades on the Azad of the Sindh coast. We don't have any control. Then the governor of Iraq, Hajjaj bin Yusuf, sent a small army to control the decades on the Sindh coast. But he sent an army with the command under the Amir Budail bin Tahta. Budail bin Tahta. He was the commander-in-chief of the small army. He came to the Sindh, but he was not succeed. He was also killed by the Raja Dahir's army. Then he sent his cousin brother, Muhammad bin Qasim, who was well-known general in the Islamic history, Muhammad bin Qasim. He was also a cousin of the Hajjaj bin Yusuf, and he was the son-in-law of the Hajjaj bin Yusuf. Then he came with a big army, a huge army, and he attacked on the Sindh, and he defeated the Raja Dahir. And in 93 Hijri, on the 10th Ramzan, he succeeded on Sindh and occupied the Sindh. And Dahir Raja was also killed in this war. So this is the second gate of India from where the Islam entered. And Muhammad bin Qasim established the Islamic dynasty under the Umayyads, Islamic administration under the Umayyads in Sindh, and he also forwarded his force and he controlled the Multan also. But after a very short time, he was called by the Umayyad caliphs and again sent another in charge governor to the Sindh and Multan, So this is the second way, second root of Islam in India, and Muslims had been established their administration under the Umayyads, not free, not independent, under the Umayyads. Okay, this is the second. So in this time, you will see the many scholars from the Iran side migrated to Sindh, migrated to Multan. I can say Western India. It is a central Western India. So this is the second. Now after the Muhammad bin Qasim, Sindh governor was Yazid bin Abi Kabisha. He was appointed by the Umayya dynasty after the Muhammad bin Qasim. Yazid bin Abi Kabisha. And third governor was Habib bin Mohlam. Habib bin Mohlam was the governor. And then he also advanced his force, his army, to the other portion of Sindh state and Multan. And the many local Hindu kings embraced by the Islam. Even the son of the Raja Dahir was also embraced by the Islam, and he accepted the Islam. So this is the way to spread the Islam in Sindh and Multan's area. First, from in Malabar, there is only traders, there is no political entry of the Muslims or Islam, but here is a political entry, but under the Umayya dynasty, not independent. Now we will come and move on the third route, third gate. That's a very important. During the time of Amir Sukhtugin, 997. Amir Sukhtugin was the governor of the Samanid dynasty. But in the last phase, when the Samanid, very young prince, oath time, Amir Sukhtugin against him, and he was not in the favor of Prince Oath in Samanid dynasty. That time Amir Sukhtugin was the governor of Iran, Khurasan. But the majority of the leaders in the favor of prince or younger prince of Samanids, naturally he became a Samanid ruler. He called to Amir Sukhtugin to his center in Central Asia in Samarkand. But Amir Sukhtugin thought that if I go there in the court, so definitely I was opposed in the oath ceremony, so maybe he will make the prisoner to me and he will kill me. So he left the Khurasan, came to the Afghanistan in Ghazna with his soldiers, and you can say he revolted against the Samanid. He revolted against the Samanids, and he established their own small dynasty in Ghazna. So Mahmud was also his son. Amir Sukhtugin established their dynasty in 980. So here in Ghazna, Raja Jaipal was that time. Raja Jaipal was the ruler of the Kabul and Peshawar. Raja Jaipal. He was Hindu. He was ruling Kabul and Peshawar. So there is a conflict between Ghazna Hukumat and Kabul Hukumat. Okay? Then his son, his Mahmud, took the charge after the Amir Sukhtugin, and he became a ruler of king. He called Mahmud Ghaznavi. So he attacked on 1004 on Raja Jaipal and his son Anandpal, and he attacked the Punjab, which was the western state of India, very famous Punjab, and he got the victory on Punjab, and then he moved in 1040 Thansel, and then he moved to the Kashmir and Kannauj, Somnath. But it is in northern India. He advanced their armies and he got the victories, and from there the Muslim administration and Muslim dynasty started in India. But it is independent because that time very poor shape in the Gulf in Arab. So Mahmud Ghaznavi was not a ambassador, was not a governor, was not a under the Abbasid dynasty. Sometimes Abbasid dynasty needs help to their support, to their establishment from the Ghaznavid dynasty. The Ghaznavid dynasty is a very powerful dynasty, and he advanced, Mahmud Ghaznavi advanced their army in the North India, as I said, Punjab, Multan, Kashmir, Kannauj, and Somnath also. So he occupied this northern India portion of India, and he established their dynasty. But unfortunately, he never established their central of the state in northern India. He always used the Ghazna as a center of his state, as a Darul Salat of his state. He attacked on the Indian portion, got the victories, and then he appointed his nominee here, and he returned back. So, for this, we say he attacked 17 times in North India, and he got the victories also, and he appointed their ambassadors, their nominees, their governors in this portion, but he never took the directly. This portion is under administration. Never directly he ruled. Sometimes he did not appoint his Muslim ambassador, Muslim governor, Muslim wali. He appointed the local people, Hindu people appointed by like Kannauj. Kannauj never appointed by Mahmud as a Muslim governor, but Kannauj Raja's son appointed by the Mahmud. This is the third and last one. From there, after the Mahmud, after the Ghaznavi Khandan, the second Khandan came Hori Khandan. As we know, Hur is a place in Afghanistan. In the last phase of Ghaznavid dynasty, in the neighbor of Ghazna, there is a place Hur. There is also a ruler or Amir came to the power by the name of Alauddin Hori, who finished the Ghaznavid dynasty in Ghazna also, and in India also. He attacked and he controlled all those portions which was covered by the Ghaznavid Hukumat. He faced the first big war in India. Prithviraj was here, and Prithviraj fighted against the his Alauddin nephew Shahabuddin Hori's army, and he was defeated in 1191. And in 1192, Shahabuddin Hori established their hukumat, and his ghulam, his slaves, took the charge in 1206 in Delhi as a Qutubuddin Aibak. Qutubuddin Aibak was the very close slave of Alauddin Hori, and he took the charge 1206 in Delhi as a governor. So from here, we can say after the Ghaznavi, the slaves claim started their rule in India. Slaves does not African slaves. They are the Turkish. They are from the Central Asia. So Qutubuddin Aibak's period is 1266 is to 1290. But some historian wrote 1292. 1266 to 1290, it's a Qutubuddin Aibak period. It's a, you can say, Ghulam period dynasty. And then after the Qutubuddin, Shamsuddin al-Tamash in 1210, and then Khilji Khandan. After the Mamluks, the Khilji Khandan. Khilji Khandan basically, the Khalaj Khan was the son-in-law of Changiz Khan, if you heard the name. Khalaj. Khalaj Khan was the son-in-law of Changiz Khan, jo now it is called as Khalji, then became his Khilji. Then Alauddin Khilji in 1296 entered in Delhi as a Victorian king, and he finished the Seleucid dynasty and established their own dynasty, which is famous by the Khilji dynasty. Okay, this was the time of Nizamuddin Aulia in Delhi, Khilji dynasty. And then after the Khilji dynasty, Ghayasuddin Tughlaq came and he established his dynasty in northern India. It's called as Tughlaq dynasty. So first is Ghayasuddin Tughlaq, second is Muhammad bin Tughlaq, third is Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and this division is from the 1300 to 1400, and then in 1440, before Sadat, Amir Temur also came in India, and Amir Temur, as we know, he is from Uzbekistan. And when I was in Uzbekistan, I saw him. He was a very honorable Uzbek leader. In every garden, in every park, you will find his big statue of Amir Temur. And the European historians discuss about the Amir Temur in a very wrong way. Maybe he's a very warrior, but he was not in a position which was chosen by the European. That's why they use the Amir Temur, Temur Lung. Lung means having some fault in his leg, but it was in the last stage before the death of Temur. He got the fever and paralysis his right leg. Then he moved it not smoothly before the death of one week. But the European people generally use the words Temur Lung. Anyway, Temur was a very honorable personality in Uzbekistan history, and he was very much present in the Uzbek people's hearts. And our Mughal dynasty was also from down to the Temur's tribe, Temur's families. Anyway, so after the Tughlaq, Temur also came to Delhi and he went to the Uttarakhand, Rishikesh, Haridwar, but he was not established their dynasty here. He got the victory on the northern portion of India and he returned back. After him, the Sadat Khandan in 1440, they established their dynasty, but in 1450, the Lodi Khandan also came and he established their dynasty in Delhi. The first is Bahrul Lodi, second is Sikandar Lodi, third is Ibrahim Lodi, and this called Lodi Khandan. When the Babur came to India in Delhi, so he faced the fight with the Ibrahim Lodi, a very famous war in Indian history, a Panipat war. Ibrahim Lodi was the king of Delhi, and he came out with about 1 lakh soldiers, and Babur was having only 15,000 or 17,000 soldiers. Then, but luckily, the God helped the Babur, Allah helped the Babur, and Babur got the victory, and he controlled the northern India and Delhi in 1526. So from 1526, we can say the Mughal dynasty established in India, and it was longer than the before Muslim dynasties. In short, we can say that Muslim dynasties from in North India began from the 1004, 1000 in the early of 1100 is AD. In 1526, the Mughal dynasty established, and Babur was a son. Babur was the grandson of Amir Temur. During the Babur, he controlled only the northern India. Then his son Humayun, then Sher Shah Suri, then again Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, Bahadur Shah Zafar, Muhammad Shah, Ahmad Shah, or Alamgir, Shah Alam Sani, Akbar II. Then in the last, in 1857, there is a last emperor of Mughal dynasty called Bahadur Shah Zafar. He was the last of the Muslim. He was the last ruler of the Muslim clan or Muslim dynasty. So Mughal dynasty began from the 1526 and end on 1857. From here, the Eastern Company controlled the India, North India, and in 1947 we got the freedom and we have a secular democracy in India. So this is the Muslims ruler who were the governor, who were the control, yeah, who controlled the Indian government, Indian hukumat. Among all these Muslims, we can say the Aurangzeb was the biggest one, powerful one. He ruled over 51 years because in world history, there are only 4 kings who ruled above the 50 years. Otherwise, there is no age of the 50, the king or ruler. But there were 50 rulers who ruled. Among 4, the 2 are Muslims. One is Shah Tahmasp, belongs to the Safavid dynasty in Iran during the period of Humayun in India. Tahmasp also ruled 52 years in Safavid dynasty. And second is Aurangzeb. He ruled 51 years in India. And he gave the whole, which is Kanyakumari, from east to west. So this is a Bharat. This idea, this map given by the Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb was the powerful among all the before him a Muslim. So these are the, in short, 3 routes for Islam in India. First is Calicut, Malabar, Kerala, through the traders. Second is by the attackers or rulers, Sindh and Multan. And third is the attackers or rulers by and they established their dynasty, independent dynasty, till 1857. Okay. Now we'll move. What is the condition of the local peoples when the Muslims entering in India? Okay. As we said, the local people, there is some religions, the practicing, for example, Sanatan Dharma, for example, Buddhist, Jainism, many thoughts or many beliefs you will find in history in India. When Islam is entering, there is a big, in a very power, the Hinduism, Brahmanism, and the Buddhism. Buddhism also is a very powerful religion at that time. But the quality of Islam, the first quality is equality, brotherhood. It's very impressive, or very effective. It is very good tool to spread the Islam, I think. So in India, there is a social structure, social system is divided. All the people divided into 4 major parts, and Brahman was assumed by the son or by the ambassador of God, and second is Kshatri. They also assumed by the powerful, and they were the having a duty to protect their land. And third, Vaishnu, Shudra. Vaishnu, generally business community, Shudra, lower people, and they are not having a good relation between, and the upper people exploiting the lower people also always. So the Islam's qualities, Islam's teachings, embraced him and the pupil of the local Indian pupils embraced by the Islam, accepted the Islam. Generally, fourth grade people, lower Hindu peoples, easily converted into Islam. That's why the Muslim is in a huge number of in India. A big number of the Ghair Muslims, Hindus, embraced by the Islam, converted Islam, adopted the Islam. Although in India, if you find the percentage of the Muslims which are coming, which came from the outside the India, it's very less. I think 10% you can say. They migrated from the Central Asia or some other countries to India. But the 90% Muslims having their roots, the local. Sometimes his grandfather, sometimes grandfather's grandfathers embraced by the Islam. But we can say the local people was very humble that time. They welcomed the Islam. They welcomed, because Indian soil is a very much habitual to accept every belief, every religion. That's why all the beliefs regarding the religion you will find in world, you will find in India also. India's soil is very much having a ability to accept all the beliefs. So there is no problem for Muslims also. And in this connection, we can say a good rule of Muslim Sufis also. A great Sufi scholars and Sufi trends migrated from the different part of the Muslim country, migrated to India, because India's soil is very much good for the humanity. You know, it's a air, seasons, rain, everything is very suitable for the human. From every part of the world, the people wants to come visit and want to establish here. And many Sufis and Sufi trends also migrated from their own places, like Chishtiya, like Qadriya, like Naqshbandiya, like other small Sufi sects migrated from their own places, and they established their khanqah, their schools, their training centers in India, and they give a good message from the Islam, and they established they help the spreading the Islam. And the other also, some peoples also tried their efforts to spread the Islam. But one thing you will keep in mind, there is no formal and from the administrative side efforts to spread the Islam. Like other countries, Egypt, Syria, Central Asia, and other countries, you will find the formal efforts to spread the Islam from the local peoples or from the government or administration. The result was there is a conversion, is a huge number. 90% Muslim, 80% Muslims, 70% Muslims. But India, before the partition, also there is only 40% or 38% Muslims. Also they ruled the 700 years, 800 years. But the always Muslim were in minority, because there is no efforts, there is no try from the Muslim community to impose the Islam by force, by hook or by. No? So there is a difference between other countries and India. There is no formal efforts to spread the Islam, but some people individually try to tabligh, try to teach the Islamic teachings. And some people make organization, jamaats, like the Tablighi Jamaat, Jamaat-e-Islami, Jamiatul Ulama, Deoband Tariq, Nadwatul Ulama Tariq. Some tariqs or some movements belongs to the Muslim education, Islamic education, Ulum Islami to develop, and some belongs to the Islamic preaching. So we can say the Muslim also doing efforts consciously, but not having a guardianship from the government or from the local governors or always Muslim hukumran, Muslim rulers always took the secular administration and adopted the secular thoughts. They never used the Islamic thoughts, never by the sword or by the power. They never used the Islamic laws. This is the quality of Indian Islamic Muslim rulers. We say that they are not Islamic rulers, they are the Muslim ruler. Okay, and because we have a very short time, as he said, 30 minutes, but I think I have covered 40 minutes. So now I'm sum upping my talk because it's a very vast topic, very lengthy topic. It's very difficult to cover in a 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Inshallah, if we'll get some other time, I'll give you details. Again, thanks to the organizer and Dr. Nanang and Dr. Zakaria Sahab, and to all my listeners, to all my colleagues in the Indonesian University. I'm very happy, and I'll be happy if you want to ask something from the Indonesia. Maybe some things you will be having in your mind. For the short of time, I didn't cover. Thank you. Nanang. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, hello. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. It's very interesting talk from you. And before going into question session, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Islamic Religion give his speech, Dr. Iman Fadilah. Pak Iman, where are you?
Oke, siap Pak Dr.
Yeah.
Iman.
Sir, he's Dr. Iman Fadilah. He is Dean of Faculty of Islamic Religion. Yeah.
Welcome.
Dengan Prof Iqtidar. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. كيف الحال؟
Alhamdulillah bikhair, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah. Salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, amma ba'd. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat siang, teman-teman sekalian dimanapun berada. Ya, tadi terasa ya, di luar negeri mudah-mudahan semuanya paham ya dari apa yang disampaikan beliau. I'm Iman Fadilah, the Dean of Islamic Faculty of Wahid Hasyim University. I would like to extend my gratitude to all those we have been asked to dive for this guest lecture. To Prof Muzakir Ali, thank you, Rector of Wahid Hasyim University Semarang. To Prof Iqtidar Mohd, thank you, syukran kafiran ala ihtimamikum. From Jamia Millia, Islamia University, India. Dr. Nanang Nurholis, Head of International Relations and Partnership Office, Wahid Hasyim University, thank you. The discussion is revolving around the theme of Islam in India and Indonesia, or Islam in Indonesia and India, hold great significance for several reasons. Firstly, when examining the history of Islam's development in Indonesia, it is believed that the contribution of individuals from Gujarat, India cannot be overlooked. Secondly, Indian culture, particularly that which emanates from Islamic tradition, has had a profound influence on the cultural landscape of Indonesia. This influence is still evident today and can be observed in various aspects of Indonesian society. For these two fundamental reasons, engaging discussion that delve into Islam in Indonesia, in India and Indonesia become crucial to our engaging conversation. Once again, I would like to express my heart appreciation, particularly to Prof. Iqtidar Mohd. Thank you, Prof. Iqtidar Mohd, for gracing us with his presence at this lecture. Pertama, kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada Profesor Iqtidar Mohd ya, dari Jamia Millia Islamia University India. Terima kasih juga kepada Pak Rektor, Profesor Dr. Kiai Haji Muzakir Ali. Ini adalah bagian dari cara kita semua dari kampus termasuk dari FAI untuk mengayubagyo, bagian dari meramaikan, dari bagian dari untuk menyemarakan Disnatalis Universitas Wahid Hasyim. Terima kasih juga kepada Dr. Nanang dari KUI atas fasilitasinya sehingga acara ini bisa berjalan dengan baik. Tentu ini hal yang sangat penting karena bicara tentang Islam di India dan Islam di Indonesia tentu ada irisan, ada keterkaitan. Sebagaimana tadi Dr. Nanang sampaikan, misalnya ada satu teori yang mengatakan bahwa Islam masuk di Indonesia itu diantaranya dibawa oleh beberapa tokoh, beberapa orang dari Gujarat. Dia meskipun teori-teori yang lain ada, teori Persia dan lain sebagainya. Ada makam Fatimah binti Maimun misalnya ditemukan. Jadi ada yang mengatakan abad ke-6 atau juga ada yang mengatakan abad 13. Di luar itu bahwa ada titik ketersinggungan tentang Islam di Indonesia dan di India, khususnya pada aspek penghargaan terhadap tradisi. Nah ini yang sangat menarik saya kira untuk kita diskusikan. Saya selaku Dekan Fakultas Agama Islam Universitas Wahid Hasyim Semarang mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua pihak, ya, kepada Pak Rektor, kepada Pak Dr. Nanang, kepada Profesor Iqtidar Mohd is the head of Department Islamic Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia University India. Thank you for your willingness to share the knowledge for us. Thank you, terima kasih. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Dr. Iman Fadilah. Good talk from you. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like now we come to the next session. It's a question session. I would like to invite some student. Okay, yeah, Mas Warhan, can you help me to take. Oke, Lulu, Nur Mufaidah dah Lulu. Dengan kata kunci has, Pak. Coba Mas Warhan. Has ya. Has Lulu begitu.
Ya, maaf. Pamit. Mas matiin lah.
Oke.
Aduh.
Please dulu.
Wait. Begini ya Pak. Izin bertanya. As we know that the majority religion in India is Hinduism, and Islam itself is a minority in India. And Hindus are known for their caste division. Well, my question is like this. Before like that, I will speak Indonesian. Sorry. Begini, jadi apakah orang Islam di sana itu juga termasuk dibagi dalam kasta tersebut? Karena begini, di dalam suatu negara, jika minoritas akan tersudutkan. Apakah Islam termasuk tersudutkan seperti itu? Dan apa ada tantangan tersendiri Islam dalam bekerja ataupun berpendidikan di India tersebut? Terima kasih. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I got
Translate for
your
Dr.
point,
Nana.
Lulu. Yeah, I appreciate that you can speak English, right? And yeah. Okay, Prof. Iqtidar, question from Lulu about the, is it the Hinduism is the majority in India, and Islam, I think, the second population in India. But how about the Islam? Is it also like the Hindu, like social status in Islam also existed or not, about the caste system in Islam? Prof. Iqtidar, you got my point?
Yes, audible?
Okay.
Audible?
You got my point?
I'm audible?
Okay, yeah. I would like to repeat the question, sir.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'm happy to listen a question of Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu, normal 5.
Lulu. Yeah, she I think she's a student.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Fortunately, in India, you will find a very good atmosphere. Also, we can say a majority of the people belongs to the Hindu religion. We are in minority, but I can say we are in second majority, because India having a Muslims, Buddhists, Jainis, Christians, or Yahudis, and Hindu, and some other, as I said, all the religion you will find in India. We can say, in other words, Muslim in a second majority. As per her question, as I understand, regarding the social status.
Yes, sir.
Yes. When you will live with the other religious persons or with the other believers, definitely you will leave some impact on your religion, or you will also catch them some you can say that you will take some cultural effects. Islam doesn't have any structure, social structure. There is only one structure, is muttaqi and non-muttaqi, a perfect Muslim or non-perfect Muslim. There is only one division. Even in Prophet's time, Ansar and Muhajir, there is also not a social structure. That is only for identification, those who are coming from the Makkah and those who are living in the Medina. So only for this they are using Makki and Madani, Muhajir and Ansar. But it doesn't matter which is better or which is not better, less better. There is no question of better or better. So Islam doesn't have this type structure, but we influenced by in local culture, and in our Muslim community also, we divided into Sayyid, Pathan, and Ansari, Safi. But luckily, it is not very much deep rooted in the Muslim community. Those Muslims who are educated, they don't care about it. They perform the marriage with the Ansari, with the Safi, with the other peoples, and they having good relation with the other upper and lower structures in Muslims. And luckily, in the marital system, you will find in some backward areas this structure. But in capital cities but in educational atmosphere, it is very poor structure. There is no question of Answari, Safi, Sayyid, Pathan, Sheikh. No question. Only for identification. And in religion, you will never find. In every mosque, you will take example in India. Nanang knows very well.
Yes, sir.
Maybe sometime lower caste Muslim performing a duty as a imam in the mosque,
Yes.
and the upper caste Muslim performing the prayer behind him as a namazi.
Yes, sir.
In our religion sector, there is no, still we are stable on the first phase, like a prophet phase, like a caliph phase. Okay? In nikah ceremony, in death ceremony, you will never find upper class people will perform the religious duty or lower class duty will not. But in Hindu or in local people, this is the problem. Always on the death and ceremony, on the marriage ceremony and other ceremonies, the only Brahman perform the religious duty, and the lower class people does not perform the religious duty. And they governed by the upper caste. They exploited by the upper caste, like Christians in Europe before 200 years. Popes exploited the common Isai peoples. They were the cause. They were revolted against the popes and church. And there is a also book divided in two parts: New Testament, Old Testament. And Christians followed the Leninism or Marxism because they were exploited by the upper caste, popes, by the religious people of missionary. So the same thing is here. The upper caste exploited the lower caste. The result is that the majority of the lower caste, a big number of the lower caste, embraced by the Islam because they think that there is a shelter house. If we convert, maybe I'm in fourth stage in the local peoples, but when we embrace the Islam, the Muslim behave like a brother, and the other religious people also give the record being a Muslim. So in our religion practices, there is no difference. In our educational sectors, there is no difference. In our capital cities, there is no difference. There is no casteism. Only for pehchan, for identification, there is a casteism. But in rural areas, in uneducated Muslim areas, you will find this. The pupil wants to perform marriage in his own community, in own group, in own structure group. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, Lulu, you got the point. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would like to invite the second question. Okay, Mr. Anzar, where are you, Mr. Anzar? Mas Warhan, Anzar.
Audible? Am I audible, sir?
Okay, yeah.
अच्छा क्या हाल है?
Anzar,
इंडोनेशिया से कॉन्फ्रेंस चली है, उसमें जवाब बताओ.
Bapak, Ibu, dan saudara-saudara sekalian yang tercinta, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
माशाल्लाह, मुबारक हो. कब है? ना मैं इसको पढ़ लूंगा, फोन कर लूंगा वहां.
May I continue, sir?
Anzar.
Bapak, Ibu, dan saudara-saudara sekalian tercinta, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes,
Anzar.
Yes, sir.
मुझे ख्याल से तुम काफी कुछ जानते हो. तुम्हें इन बच्चों को मौका दो जो यहाँ के लोग हैं. तुम तो मेरी तरफ से कोई जवाब सवाल मुझे यहाँ तक ना आए तो तुम खुद जवाब दे देना.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
ठीक है?
Okay, thank you. terima kasih banyak.
कनेक्टिविटी में कुछ लोगों की आवाजें नहीं आ रही हैं और तुम समझ जाओ आवाज को तो तुम जवाब दे देना. तुम्हें इस वक्त सवाल करने की क्या वो है?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nanang, I am saying that you are also from India.
Yes, sir.
You know very well.
I know him.
You know very well. So
yes, sir.
If some wise not success to come to me, then he will respond. He will give the answer.
Yes, sir.
from my side.
Oke, sir. Thank you, sir. Terima kasih semuanya. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Ya, silakan Mas Azhar mau tanya? Silakan.
Bapak Profesor Muhammad Iqtidar Muhammad Khan sudah bilang ke saya, tidak perlu untuk tanya karena saya sudah tahu. Jadi saya harus memberi chance ke orang lain
Oke,
yang
ya, oke.
orang-orang Indonesia. Jadi
Ya, oke. Jadi,
terima kasih.
yeah, I would like to introduce you. He is Anzar Akwil. He is the alumnus of Department of Islamic Studies Jamia. Now he is studying PhD program at UIN Salatiga. Salatiga, sorry. Salatiga. He is doing his PhD. Right? Am I right, Mr.
Yes,
Anzar?
Ya, betul, Pak.
Yes, yes.
Ya, oke.
Saya
Ya,
kesini guru besar Profesor Iqtidar Muhammad Khan kirim saya ke Indonesia karena saya sudah under guidance and supervision Profesor Iqtidar Muhammad Khan. Jadi dia kirim saya ke Indonesia untuk S3 Pendidikan Agama Islam.
Yeah, okay, Prof. Iqtidar, you have to send your student MA from Islamic Studies to come to our university to study PhD program. We have also the same program, Islamic Education program, PhD program also. Prof. Iqtidar.
Yes, I'll be happy if your student will visit our department and get the opportunity to attend the classes. But as I said to you, first of all, your university MOU will complete with my university. Then university will permit, because I'm only head of the department.
Yes,
and
sir.
This international relations department, actually, they are responsible. I think you know Professor Mukesh, and I discussed with the Mukesh. Mukesh also informed me that he got the green signal from the Vice Chancellor and from the Registrar Office. So definitely, very soon they will send you the information about the MOU finalization, and then after MOU finalization, then you will send a letter through me to the relation officer Mukesh, and inshallah we'll get the permission from the appropriate authority of our university in India, and then we wholeheartedly welcome to your student, not only 2 or we can 20, and teacher also.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir.
Our student and representative also, we have also sent in your country.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Maybe Dr. Anzarul Bari.
We welcome, sir. We welcome. Okay. Okay. We would like to invite the next student, Millia Sari. Where are you, Millia Sari?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Nanang. Hello, Professor Iqtidar. I'm culture. I have some question. The first is how the Islam in India nowadays. Is India safe and friendly to Muslim students? And how the students' culture in India, as I know that India has our intellectual in last period until now. So maybe I want to know more how the students' cultures, especially in academic student. So we can learn many things from India. Thank you, Professor Iqtidar and Mr. Nana.
Yeah, Prof. Iqtidar, Millia Sari is a student of Master Islamic Education, and she is interested in studying or doing 1 semester credit transfer program in Islamic Studies Department, Jamia. Prof Iqtidar? Prof Iqtidar? Mas Farhan, bisa ditampilkan Prof Iqtidar?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
I
question
listened
about
the
the student
question.
culture, sir.
Yes, I'm feeling happy to say that in India, the Muslim in a better position than the other Muslim countries like Iraq, Syria, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, Palestine, Central Asia, because I have also visited many countries in this Muslim countries. So Indian Muslim is in a good position in comparison to the Muslim countries. We are very much free to perform our religious duty, to establish our university, to establish our college, our madrasa, our preaching, even our mosque. In every field, we are free from the government, because our government is not a religious government. Our government is a secular government. Our government is a democratic secular. We are the biggest democracy in the world, because we are a biggest populated country in the world. Okay, so we don't have any problem in India, and we are very much better in comparison of Pakistan also. For example, in Pakistan, you will see through the media every Muslim scholar having own security person to save their life. Okay, but in India, you will not find even none unknown. Every Muslim scholar is free to speak anything, because we are very much free. So our status is very good in comparison to all the Muslim countries. Alhamdulillah, there is no problem. But sometime where you will majority, maybe the constitution will not allow, but the majority wants to something in his favor. So where the Muslim in majority, Musliman also wants. So here is India is partly some portion governed by the Muslim majority, some governed by the Muslim minority. So there is some problems is a very small or thicky problems. When we live in a house, if we have a 4 or 6 brother and sisters, so very small things comes and talk and something. But mother and father always behave equal. So in our views, because I am a 100% Indian, I born in, I brought up in, and passed the more than half life. There is no problem for Muslims. Only those who involved in crime, yes. The other people, community people committed a crime, they also face the Qanun. Muslim also face the Qanun. But in comparison to the Muslim countries, even Pakistan, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and other countries, I am, alhamdulillah, in a better position.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. The next, I would like to invite ties to Thailand student. Coba Mas Farhan, Tasnim ya. Tasnim ada beberapa Thailand yang hadir. Bisa dipinkan Mas. Tasnim juga, Tasnim ini. Ada Tasnim, ada Syahilun ini. Beberapa dari Thailand. Biar Prof Iqtidar juga kenal ini, masa dari Thailand. Nanti bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia. Coba Tasnim ini. Halo Tasnim.
Ya, Pak.
Ya, silakan tanya Tasnim. Ini apa dalam bahasa Indonesia?
Nanya apa?
Ini tentang Islam di India.
Islam di India ya, Pak?
Ya, ini Prof Iqtidar, she is Tasnim, student from
Yes.
Thailand.
Yes, yes.
Kami nanyain bahasa Indonesia aja ya, Pak?
Ya, enggak apa-apa, silakan.
Kami mau tanya, kalau di India itu mayoritasnya Islam yang apa? Pertanyaan kami mau tanya, kalau di India itu mayoritasnya Islam kan, Pak?
Betul, ya.
Ya, tapi di kami ketahui itu Islamnya nggak banyak. Banyak nggak sih?
Banyak tadi, the top population in the world tadi. Paling kalau versi dari Prof Iqtidar yang paling banyak. Paling tinggi populasi muslimnya tadi, Prof Iqtidar.
Yes. What is the question, Nanang?
Ya, singkat aja langsung Tasnim, apa pertanyaannya?
Nanang, please speak.
Kedudukan orang Islam di situ bagaimana gitu?
Oh ya, okay. So about the Muslim position, for example, in the society, is there any discrimination, for example, to Muslim from the government? How about the Muslim position?
Yes, I understand. This will be the last question because the prayer time is very near. I have only 3 or 4 minutes for prayer.
Okay, sir.
Inshallah, it will be last. As such, our country governed by the constitution, secular constitution. So in constitution, there is no problem. Every religion person having a own rights in our constitution. But sometimes the constitution operator, maybe some misunderstandings, some things, but the Adliya, the judiciary is very much honest in our India, so they will solve. But normally there is no problem. There is no problem. But naturally, if you go to America or you will find any Indonesian, so you will be in support to the Indonesian in comparison to the American. So sometimes this is small things, but this is not a thing which can I say that is a problem. No problem, because sometimes the police officer is Muslim, he will also support to the Muslim community. So there is no problem, because our constitution is very much secular, our judiciary is very honest, and our chief executives also having, even our prime minister says that sabka saath sabka vikas. You know what is the meaning? Sabka saath sabka vikas. Yani we are with all and we will develop to all. When he used the sab, yani all, that means all the believers, all the people living in Indian territory. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, Nanang, I want to take leave.
Oh ya, oke, sir. Oke, Mas Farhan, bisa diambil gambarnya, Mas?
Chalo, Khuda Hafiz.
Ya, thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir.
Salam.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the last session. I would like to summarize some important points from this guest lecture. The first, actually, India and Indonesia had a cultural connection since, at least earliest time from the 5th century until continue to Islamic time, especially when Islam came to Indonesia from South India. And this is different with India. Islam came to India from North India, but the mode is expansion. And how about the relation between Hindu and Muslim? Is it no problem? Is it just rural areas, for example, there is a little bit conflict between Muslim and Hinduism. And so don't worry, for example, if you want to study in India, for example, I hope that the next semester or next year, some student from Faculty of Islamic Religion, is it undergraduate or master or PhD, will do their study at least 1 semester or 2 semester on full degree in Jamia, Millia Islamic University. Okay. Once again, thank you for joining this guest lecture, and akhirul kalam, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Dr. Nanang, semuanya terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak Iman,
Pak Anas, Pak Waziza, semua.